Oh, but say, but if I go in a wheelchair to support you in a wheelchair, I'm garbage.
Bad bastard.
I'm
You
insensitive.
bastard. You're as bad as the science people starting a whole new religion.
The fact that it started in 1986 is, I think, what also baffles me.
Why is it called happy science? That's what I want to know. Like, because it's not. We're live. Stay out of this.
Nita, listen, Nita, you're not in this conversation right now,
It's
unless
like,
you're getting online.
you're not a part of this show.
So apparently it's
No, we got canceled. Just that quick.
ah
Well, it was nice having the last show. Chad, I'll never see you again.
It's true. You'll never see me again unless I hijack the streams more to do this. Join us secretly at 2 a.m. Apparently,
Anyway.
it's called Happy Science because it is you're supposed to have strong faith in the god of the earth, El Cantera, in order to obtain true happiness. So it's, I guess, called true or happy science because it's you trying to obtain real happiness towards enlightenment, which really is just another name for a cult. So,
well, if you ask some people, science is a cult. So,
I mean, you don't see a bunch of people.
What do you mean the Earth is round? That doesn't make any sense.
The Earth is long. Excuse me. It's
you're just picking your you're just saying your cultisms.
My cult is more right than your cult. But it was formed in 1986.
Cult fights tonight on Indie Comics.
Cult fights. We have Scientology versus Mormonism.
Yeah. What if no? I'm not saying Mormonism is a cult. Blake
will tell you it's a cult because he was a Mormon.
But he was a Mormon. They have the right. I feel like it's kind of like, okay, if you were a part of it, I guess you have the right to say it was a cult, maybe. I still have yet to really, like, talking to my children, I really have a hard time separating what a cult is and what a religion is, to be completely honest with you.
So one is a group of people that go and believe in one thing, and the other one is a group of people that go and believe in one thing. So there's a distinct difference. Yeah, so there you go. So that's
we're being inflammatory here. We're very
apparently, though, this was related to. This was certified a religion in 1991.
Oh well, that's good.
So that's they are
unlike Scientology, which was kicked out of France.
They were kicked out of France.
Yeah, he ended up having to live on a boat for a little bit.
The leader of Scientology?
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard. Yeah,
he lived
but you know what? Okay, but here, let's be honest. Whether you're a Scientologist or not, you gotta get the history says the man said I can make more money starting my own religion than selling short story science fiction, and he went out and he proved it.
He did.
I mean, how can you argue with that or this?
In a world where people can talk about things, and there are people who have a lot to say about the things they are talking about. When there is nothing else to say, these people will talk about stuff with the confidence in knowing what they are saying. When they have things to say, they will start talking about the thing they need to talk about. This is the show that you don't want to miss when there are things to be discussed.
But one thing, I would be very disappointed if there was a lot of madly depressed people in Happy Science. I feel like that's like false advertising.
Are you saying that they're all really depressed? Is what?
No, that they shouldn't be depressed.
No, being depressed is a bad thing, dude.
I don't join something called Happy Science because I want to mope around and feel sorry for myself. I join something called Happy Science because I want to be happy. It is the science of being happy. You would think that that's what the case is, right? If you're called happy science, it means it's the science of being happy.
Yes, that's why it's
There's
called happy
logic
science.
there, right? There's logic there. I promise.
Logic there. So actually, if
Do you
anybody's...
Okay, but I have to know. Now you sent me this. Did you bring up the Helen Keller thing?
Do
you have that?
I'd be. I would be. I think you'd be upset if I didn't.
I would be. Bring it up because I want people to see this. You have to see this because you sent me this, but you didn't give me any context for it.
No, I didn't.
And it's all because of this like total isekai Helen Keller idea that you have, where it's basically just a comic book with black panels and no sounds. And
I'm telling you,
for the person to realize that they actually have been transported to a Helen Keller isekai.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what an isekai is, it's like it's like being trapped in a video game or trapped in a story or whatever.
Yeah. So this is this anime called The Laws of Eternity, and this is one of the videos that popped up at my scrolling.
Okay, play it. Well, did you get the sound on it?
Oh, whoops.
I'm Helen Keller. How have you been, Yuko?
What?
We're all saying the same thing.
I'm Helen Keller.
I'm Helen Keller.
What? Now, okay, so the guy, the guy who created Happy Science, Mr. Science, has decided that the best way to indoctrinate people is to use anime, which is fine because it works for My Hero Academia. But the thing about it is, like, why Helen Keller? I mean, is there some kind of like? I feel like there's other people that you could have picked to represent.
So,
because other good people are represented by a religion. Like saying you can't use Buddha because Buddha. You can't use what's her name, Mother Teresa, because Catholicism already has that one. So let's just pick Helen Keller. Why not? The miracle worker. That's what the whole thing is.
So apparently, according to Happy Science, all religions are true. So you can really use whoever you want. The Laws of Eternity is not about Helen Keller. That's just one of the significant people. And it becomes full circle, so I'm not done. So hear me out. So this show is about 3 young men, Ryuta, Patrick, and Roberto, which are... because you would, visiting the Thomas Edison Museum in New York. As they are leaving, the 3 are approached by a shaman who claims to have a message for Ryuta from Thomas Edison himself with instructions to build a spirit phone. Follow the instructions. Ryuta and his friends complete the spirit phone, which leads them to being called to the spirit world in a series of events that accumulates in a giant robot fighting a demonic elephant controlled by Adolf Hitler.
Oh my god! You know how hard it was to hold that? Because I did read that. Is that what you're talking about? Yes, I did read that.
Yes. Now it gets better. So the Happy Science also believes in Beethoven was a space alien trope.
I didn't read that part. That was new to me, which makes complete sense. Because how could he be deaf and still put out great music? He'd have to be alien.
All right, so here's the thing. So if you're not familiar with this, again, like I said, this is all coming full circle as to why Helen Keller. So Beethoven was a space alien. Essentially, is a real historical figure who had actually a secret life. So like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Happy Science believes that various historical figures were actually angels sent from heaven to guide and uplift the human race, including Confucius, Moses, Jesus Christ, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and the founder of Toyota Motors. So here's why Helen Keller, because she is
the founder of
Toyota Motors. That one made me laugh so hard when I saw that because it doesn't even give his name.
Toyota that big? Golly.
I guess.
Okay, go ahead.
I guess he was sent to help guide humans.
I mean, he can't even use his name because nobody knows who it is.
No, but I guess he made cars, so he does. He did help he did guide humans.
Right.
Make cars.
Not Henry
so
Ford.
that's why Helen Keller is because she was an angel sent by the heavens to help guide humans. I don't know why Helen Keller was an angel and why she was blind, deaf, and mute. But
Yeah, I don't think the aliens really thought that one through. like, you're going to go down. You're not going to hear anything, and you're not going to see anything. But you're good. And I mean, I guess it worked, right? I mean, it worked. It worked.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Sort
I mean,
of.
they made a movie called The Miracle Worker, so it had to work somehow.
She also had a musical.
And the son said, "Not all aliens have wings." Duh.
It's true.
Well, you can't argue. That's logic. It's
But-
happy science logic.
So apparently, though, every fancy kitchen sink is another one. Pardon. I'm learning all kinds of TV tropes, which I'm pretty sure that this web tvtropes.org just makes up a lot of the tropes names just to kind of, you know, yeah. But it says fancy kitchen sink. According to Happy Science, angels, demons, spirits, demigods of various religions, and aliens all mutually coexist with one another. You know what? That one actually
get along.
Yeah.
So that
one
would be a hell of a coexist bumper sticker.
True. Coexist. It's all of them. Just
It's
all
ghosts.
stand out. No, this.
So when you say your house is haunted, it's a ghost, but it's a demon, but you're both right. So I feel like it's like to say that everything is right is like I'm trying to avoid an argument.
Here's the thing, though.
But I feel like that causes more arguments.
Here's the thing, though.
Run! She's a ghost and a bitch!
Like, you're a ghost?
No, in Happy Science, that's true.
Yeah. Bitches also coexist with aliens and gods and ghosts. Truthfully, though, if you...
It checks. And the right type of bitch is probably from the aliens.
Yeah, it's called marriage.
So it's very convenient that all the historical figures are aliens. It's kind of like what Norm Macdonald says about the history books. You know, it's interesting. All throughout the history books, it's good to see that the good guys always win.
What I mean, Germany didn't really win.
Well, no.
Well, I guess.
Are you saying Germany's the good guy?
I don't know. I feel like good guys are subjective.
Did you not see the robot elephant controlled by?
Oh right, yeah, that screams evil. Duh.
No.
A giant robot elephant controlled by Adolf Hitler. Because sure, why the fuck not?
No, I'm not.
That is true, though. You're right, though. The good guys do always tend to win in the history books.
Mm.
And that begs the question, and that's why I say, like, but the good guys are subjective.
Yeah,
because during the Civil War, the North were the good guys, but also to the South were the good guys. So I guess it depends on which history book you're reading.
Well, considering that the North controls the history books now,
the North is always the good guys.
But word of mouth in the South says otherwise.
That's why you're a bottom C and I'm a top.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, get it? Because you're in the South and I'm in the North.
Yeah, no, I got what you said.
Yeah,
I got what you said.
It's also a sex joke. You get that, too.
Uh-huh.
What?
Oh, right, no, we're not homosexuals. We're just very good friends.
Right. Yeah, we're not. Who sometimes kiss. But it is...
There go my nipples again!
Yeah. That's why I'm always hard.
Anyway.
No, this is fascinating. When I found Happy Science and these animes, it makes me want to watch these movies because there's multiple of them. Yes. There's not just one. There's Hermes Winds of Love, which Hermes is one of like the main characters in this universe. The Laws of the Sun, which follows... Actually, I don't know who the hell it follows. A bunch of people. Oh, Buddhism. Okay, so it's about Buddhism. And then there's the Golden Laws, which is Egyptian, it looks like. All these just look weird. Oh, yeah, okay. This is the story set in the 20th century at a city of New Atlantis. Okay.
Okay.
And this one also ends with them fighting a giant elephant robot controlled by Adolf Hitler. I'm seeing a big theme here.
It's just damn it, Hitler just keeps coming back with that robot. But if every religion is right,
Mm-hmm.
then wouldn't that also mean that Hitler's white, fits right and beliefs are also true?
Did Hitler have a religion?
Not really. I mean, a lot of people would try to peg him as being Christian because of some of the imagery and everything. But in all honesty, in fact, one of the things he gave the Italian dictator at the time, what was his name?
Spaghetti.
No. When I say it, you'll know it. Damn it. Anyway, he gave him the Origin of the Species from Darwin book. Mussolini.
I didn't know Mussolini was Italian.
He is, right?
Yeah, he is. He is the fastest dictator of Italy during World War II. Huh.
Yeah, Benito Mussolini.
Huh.
Hey, do you look at that? Those eyes.
It does scream Italian.
Right. Yeah, no, it screams scary.
He screams AI. This guy looks like he's made by AI.
You know what? They're lucky back then because if they had the Italians they have today, one hit and they're done. So,
speaking of AI, do you want to talk about AI?
Oh God, no.
Because now that we have AI, it gives us, we can create more cults like Happy Science. We can ask GPT to create me a cult, and I'll post online, and then we'll get a bunch of money.
No, see, I feel like doing AI cult is taking away from actual cult creators, and I'm not for that. We cannot take jobs away from other cult creators. That's just not right.
Yeah.
So, no AI cults. I am fervently against AI cults.
I am against all forms of AI, including the ones that make cults. Yes. Cult leaders need to be creative too.
Yes, there will be a kamikaze this Saturday.
Really? Is it with Jaden?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It's a pre-recorded. We're doing pre-recorded for the first 3 Saturdays of the month, and then the last Saturday will be a live creation stream.
Oh, cool.
So
yes,
yeah, go ahead.
Go on. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to plug it. We're not here to plug stuff. We're here to. I appreciate you, Frank, asking though.
I am here to plug something. See.
No, this week we're doing. We did a horror game art.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you because I was like, oh, I kind of want to tune in to listen on that one. But if it's pre-recorded, I can go back to it later.
Oh yeah.
But
well, I mean, you could do the same thing even if you missed it anyway. It would be on the Comics Network. Which, if you don't want to miss it, you'd have to subscribe, Chad. You have to hit that bell icon so that you will be alerted not only to Art Style Kamikaze, but all the other great shows here, much like the vlogs, which happen tomorrow morning. Nope. Oh, you're not having it tomorrow? No. Which is also it's
Monday and
Sunday Funnies, and of course that great new show that they have on there called RSVP.
Yes, the RSVP, where it's me and C that we get together and I drink heavily and he talks to me about stuff.
Yeah, like Happy Science.
Happy Science. Hello, we're the Happy Science.
You send me weird stuff all week long.
I do. So we can talk about it on here.
I'm like going back because I can't remember everything you sent me.
I see you sent what else did I send you? You sent me those creepy AI movies.
You started that.
Did I?
Yes, you started it by sending me the was it the Monsters Inc. one?
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? And then you sent me the
weird... it's crazy. Okay, so AI has been kind of like, it hasn't been as prevalent because people are realizing it's a gimmick. But they got those ones, which I don't care. I don't think it's stealing money from anybody because I don't know who's paying anybody to create that shit. But those like Disney movies in the 80s or something like that. And it's like we just keep sending these really disturbing ones to each other.
Yep.
Like I think I sent you Inside Out and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. Oh my god. And the night Inside Out, everybody was human, but freaking Fear, he looked like
Fear.
Bobby.
It's
And
like fear.
then the Monsters Inc. one was like really gross looking. It was
It
see
really was.
that stuff, and then there's the other one where there's like this thing of people think that AI is gonna steal the Olympics. And
Wait,
somebody made a video. Yeah, and somebody made a video of
like, is it out there openly plotting?
yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, what's up, Chuck?
No, bring
that
up.
was the guy. Look, that's Caillou, man. That's what happened to it.
It's me, Caillou. Oh fucking
I'm just
kill.
a kid who's 4. Oh, I hate that kid.
I'm gonna kill my
Oh,
sister.
I asked.
because I'm an
I'm
asshole.
surprised. I asked a question today about what's the worst cartoon you had growing up. What's
Yep.
up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck?
Hey,
And
Chuck.
and I'm surprised Caillou didn't come up. Now,
I don't think anybody actually watched that show. We all just naturally hate it.
Caillou,
Yeah.
yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, like
I
have
don't know what to say. Yes, Caillou sucks. Caillou is the worst. Like, this is like, I'm just 4 and I'm just learning. You're learning to be a bitch. That's what you're learning.
Dude,
Stop.
you like shit all over your sister.
Like
they're
I see why you're a skinhead, Caillou. I see it. I know where this is going.
You know why
I
you're
know.
bald, Caillou, and you haven't grown hair yet? Because your body hates you and it's giving you cancer.
I don't know. I just see a robot elephant piloted by Hitler in his future. That's all I'm saying.
That's actually what Hitler was trying to stop us.
I think Caillou has to be universally the worst PBS show that ever existed.
That I can agree with. I mean, there's nothing else I can say to that except that I agree with. I fucking hate Caillou. Every time that show came on, or every time like I saw it, I would immediately change the channel.
And then they try to trick you with having puppets. Like, oh, this is about a turtle. You don't remember that, do you?
No, because again.
See, okay. At the beginning of Caillou, you had he had a stuffed bear and a stuffed turtle. Was it? It was a turtle, right? And they actually did like a live action puppet store. Well, the woman in the back. Anyway, the one behind the curtain. See, so yeah, that's not really a Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff behind me. Anyway, so they had puppets, like it was a puppet turtle and a puppet teddy bear, or whatever the case is, and like they would they do little skits or whatever before they went into the Caillou episodes, and I don't know if they ended up taking that out later on or what. But they like trick you into, oh, this is cute, and what the hell is this bald-headed kid doing?
I guarantee you
suck. Yeah, go ahead.
I guarantee you they took that out because they realized, oh shit, this part's good. We need to make this pure terrible.
I'm not saying it's good, but it might have contributed to my daughter's fear of puppets. So,
really?
I don't know. I know she has a fear of puppets, but I don't know if that's what contributed to it. But I feel like there's some kind of, what's it called when you relate it to something else? like you're not really scared of that thing, but you relate that thing to something that you're scared of.
Oh, like a trauma.
Yeah, like a trauma.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I think of trauma? No, that's not what I'm talking about. They try to do it with conversion therapy. And
not really considered the thing you're scared of the thing that happened to you with the thing.
Yeah, like you associate, something associate. Like you associate it with something terrifying. You're not really terrified of it, but you associate it with, let's say, you're not really scared of clowns, but you associate it with being touched when you were a kid. That kind of thing.
Okay. You're not scared of the clown. You're scared of being touched. I get what
the clown brings back those kind of memories.
Right, yeah, because the clown touched you when you were a child. It's that by that logic though, see, your daughter should be scared of bald 4-year-old children and not puppets. Because Caillou wasn't a puppet; he was a 4-year-old bald child who sucked.
Well, that's what I think. Caillou is the action. The puppets are what she relates, is what she associates with it.
Caillou's the action. He's the adjective. That's like
We were all violated by Caillou. I don't care what anybody says.
Fuck Caillou. That one and Peppa Pig.
Oh my gosh.
Peppa Pig.
The show is
gross.
triggering me to.
Good. We're doing our job. That's what we're here for.
We finally found our footing. You know how those like you like a show and it takes a little while to find its footing and to get its pacing and everything.
Yep.
You know, we finally did it.
We did it. We found a topic that triggers people, and now we can go.
And because of that,
That's why I'll never forgive the Japanese!
fuck those Japanese. Which, speaking of, did you know that for Kimi ni Todoke got a third season?
no,
you don't know what that is, do you?
I have no idea what that
Okay,
is.
so it was a very popular romance anime.
Okay.
In like 2009, it had 2 seasons, and it was canceled. And the manga finished, like it finished a while back, but it never got the 3rd season. Well, for no discernible reason, Netflix decided to buy this anime, and then make a new season and release it like literally 2 weeks ago.
Was it popular, or did
No.
Netflix was like, we're just going to do this because we have money to blow?
I feel like it's the latter.
Hey, Carissa.
Because I can't.
It's
Hey,
like-
Krista. I can't recall it ever being popular because I watched it. Like I watched the first season, because I'm a sucker for the romance.
Oh yeah, I could totally. You're a Fruits Basket kind of guy.
Exactly, 100%. I love Fruits Basket. No, I was more of a LeBlue girl. Like let's be
Oh
real.
wow, yeah.
That
that checks out. I believe that one.
So and Legend of the Overfiend. That's my type of romance.
You're a sucker, Dulce.
Oh, throw the baby.
That's
in the
how,
river.
like you were telling when we were talking about that like a year or so ago, and you had mentioned that, and he's like, "No, I never saw that." It's like, "Yeah, you did, but we didn't call it. We call it You're a sucker, Dulce." Which I guess I don't even know if it's pronounced right. That's just how we were heard it pronounced. And considering that I heard it pronounced from a guy who I wouldn't trust to save my life to get anything right, I would say it's probably saying that wrong. But no matter what, you can correct me as many times as you want to. I will always be the same thing.
So Legend of the Overfiend?
No, yeah, You're a Sakadoji.
Oh yeah, of course. You could have said anything, and I would have just agreed with you. Like, yeah,
I
that's how
know,
you say
right?
it.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
I still can't find it at my
Really?
local comic shop. Yeah,
You're a Sakadoji?
yeah. Maybe I can see if they can order it because it used to be there, and no, it's not.
That's because it's probably sells out quick.
Probably.
I remember I wasn't really into anime at that time. Well,
Mm.
trying to remember. You know, I like to credit Cowboy Bebop for being my intro into liking anime. I have to say that because I've had watched, that like you come out the 80s and there's a lot of anime there that's not anime actually has its own 90s crowd.
Yes.
It's, believe it or not, just because we look at like Image Comics and stuff like that and go, okay, this is gritty, whatever, that's definitely early 90s, late 80s. Japanimation. No, but anime. Well, okay, the other shot. My daughter can't believe we actually call it Japanimation.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, but anime had that gritty tone to it. So you had Bubblegum Crisis and Akira, Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. Yes.
Was
So
that
it had its
Evangelion?
own
Was
thing.
that 90s?
Evangelion. It was either 90s or late 80s.
96.
Yeah.
No,
96?
Yeah, 96. Wow.
Was that
yeah.
96?
95, 96.
95, 96. Is that the original release?
Neo.
Okay, so that
Neo Genesis Evangelion.
no, yeah,
the original.
Okay, I wouldn't know. I really don't get into mechs very much.
I didn't watch I was more of a Gundam. Growing up, I was more into Gundam than like Big O and the others. So, also I thought, what was the one? What was the little chibi Gundams? The chibi
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Not Samurai Pizza Cats. No, that was.
I just told you I wasn't into mechs. I have no freaking GoBots.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know what to tell you.
Just shut up. SD Gundam. I was really more asking a rhetorical question. You weren't like I was actually thinking to myself.
Oh, well,
really
I'm sorry.
You.
I'm sorry. You don't really ask yourself questions when you're talking to somebody. It doesn't.
Well, help. I'm sorry. I forgot how to speak properly. But anyway,
that's okay. You're forgiven. You're on YouTube.
That is true. Oh, thank you. Well, until somebody decides to cancel us and say, "Hey, these guys are talking badly about that." Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho was 1992. Good lord. That was another.
I read the first volume. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to say that was the one that I really liked. I loved Yu Yu Hakusho.
I read the first volume of the manga. Which is okay. It's very anime. Well, like I said, I was trying. Okay, so I have a friend at work. We watched One Piece together. Now I started. Yeah. Now I'm watching My Hero Academia.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm okay with it.
It's fine.
There's some funny parts in it. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of controversy about it right now, but because it just ended in the manga and people hated it.
The manga ended?
Yes, it ended Sunday. It was the last chapter, and people hate it.
Oh, I mean, most Shonen Jump and mangas usually end pretty badly. So
true, which is kind of scary for One Piece. But
anyway, going. Oh, we already know what it is. So.
Oh no, I figured out what the One Piece is.
Yeah, it's a pizza party. Wrong.
No, it's not a pizza party. Not a pizza party. It's not the friend you found along the way. Chad, the One Piece is Robin.
She wears more of a two-piece, though.
But think about it. She has to be the One Piece because she's the one that can decipher the polyglyphs. It's the One Piece to figure out the whole puzzle. It's the one that fits into place.
That is the dumbest thing you have ever said.
Well, but think about it. Rogers was only why was she on the island by herself? I mean, her mom abandoned her there, right? How come she had a devil fruit when she was a child? We never got that information. All we know is that she was left on not Sabaody. What's the name of the freaking island she was from?
I don't remember.
Ah, damn it.
The government, the mystical one. They're
the one with the knowledge and stuff. All right. So she's left there. Mind blown. Yeah, okay. But think about it.
Oh. I just looked at the last chapter of My Hero.
It has to do with cooking. That's what I said. Pizza sounds more filling.
Oh, it does suck.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, that it's not like, I don't know. I think there's like some people reading into it or whatever because there's a lot of infighting about it. And I don't know. I see. Here's the thing about My Hero Academia. I understood it when it first started as it was kind of one of those ones that didn't really have an ending, right? It was just going to keep going, right? It wasn't one kind of like Bleach, right? Bleach doesn't really have an.
Well, Bleach wasn't even supposed to keep going.
Yeah, well, the point is, I felt like it was supposed to be continual, But from what I understand, he kind of got pressured to end it. Not necessarily, but to have an ending. And I feel like nobody saw it coming. It was like kind of rushed from what I understand.
Sure. Well, that's how the Bleach was too, the last arc. Well, but then again, it was supposed to end at the Aizen arc, and then they were like money, and
Well, that's the same thing with Dragon Ball, isn't it? Dragon Ball Z wasn't supposed to happen. Dragon Ball Z. And
no, I'm saying, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Dragon Ball Z wasn't supposed to happen, and it was actually supposed to follow Gohan, but everybody loved Goku so much that we resurrected him from the dead after that long freaking run down the damn snake back way or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, he was supposed to die. He was supposed to die during the Cell Saga or the Freeze or the Cell Saga, because that was the like he was originally supposed to die or not die at all. He was supposed to get married, have a child, because
and just move on. Right.
Yeah,
that was how it ended in Dragon Ball. He had the Dragon Balls. Did he just wish everybody back to life or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I probably will eventually.
Dragon Ball? It's cute. I like it.
Yeah. I'm going back to see stuff that I had really written off. Okay, well, let me go back to it.
Sure.
Because like we do, we lose our point. Well, I do anyway. But
no, I do too. Trust me.
I like to say Cowboy Bebop is what introduced me into anime. That's why. But now that I think about it, I remember actually watching Lane before I watched Cowboy Bebop. You know, Serial Experiments Lane?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
Yeah, no, it's and I'm not saying that came out before Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
But I saw it before Cowboy Bebop.
Gotcha. Inuyasha was my gateway.
But I'm not even sure if that's necessarily gateway. It's almost like, yeah, that came out in 98. I think Cowboy Bebop came out in 97. And then also at the same time, I was watching, no, not 2021. That's not the one we're talking about. We're not talking about the 2021. Okay, TV. Cowboy Bebop came out in 1998 too. But I also was watching at the same time Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X. Yeah. Which was I think I watched everything.
Well, Samurai X was the movie, wasn't it?
Well, Rurouni Kenshin, I think I don't know. I think they called it Samurai X for the American, but what I watched when the guy's house that I was at who was watching it, it wasn't like on TV or anything. He actually had to order the videos to come in like every month or whatever. So
right. And then Toonami, they called it Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, it was Rurouni Kenshin. No, I didn't know it as Samurai X until way later. It was Rurouni Kenshin when I was watching it. Mm-hmm. That's how I knew it. And now they're remaking it, so I don't know if I'm going to check that out or not.
I will.
Never watched the episode one.
I just got done watching Blue Eyed Samurai, so I'm kind of interested in.
You're in that samurai mode, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in that. Don't worry, I have my mech phase and I went through my kaiju and my mech. Now I'm on samurai.
Kaiju. Oh, you moved. Did you watch Kaiju 8? Number 8.
Kaiju number 8. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We did talk about that, right? Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. Except when it gets on the track of exactly everything else. But anyway, I digress.
I'll eventually check it out, I guess. But like I'm saying, I've never been a kaiju person.
Kaiju number 8 is fun,
kaiju. Is it?
Yeah, it's a lot different than like normal kaiju stuff.
Yeah.
But it does kind of get the same Shonen Jump formula.
I think that's what it is. It's not so much a kaiju; it's the same story consistently, right? Like I didn't get into Pacific Rim because basically Pacific Rim is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and so I just didn't get into that. But like I actually have from Aftershock, which I don't even know if they're still around anymore. But Aftershock had kaiju heist, where basically they planned to. Okay, you know the Army of the Dead, where they broke into Las Vegas because they had zombies and they were trying to break it. So it's almost the same thing, except Kaiju Heist was before that, therefore very more original. And basically, so they knew at high tide that a kaiju was going to attack. You know, they planned that out, and they evacuate the cities at that time. So they planned a heist during a kaiju attack.
That's kind of neat.
It is. I really actually like that. So I'm cool with kaijus as long as they have something good. So
Right.
Neon Genesis was my first, and then Guyver. Yeah, those didn't really. Those didn't
Guyver.
really catch me. Yeah, Guyver's also, I think, a mech one.
Oh, I missed. Oh, Bio Booster Armor Guyver. That one, I don't know. I've never heard of this one.
Guyver, yeah, I've heard of it. I think it's not as popular as like it's not. It doesn't look like it's mech, but yeah,
No, it looks more like Power Ranger type thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
But that's a. I mean, that I understand why people are into it. I really do. There's nothing, it's just something that I just didn't get into. If I did watch Power Rangers, it was for only one reason, and I was in middle school. Yeah, Alien Bio Armor.
It's because you were in middle school and you liked Kimberly and you wanted to masturbate to her. We got it. We all did.
And same thing with Tiffany Amber Thiessen, but that's not the point.
Speaking of masturbating,
I was a 12-year-old boy. I did not do things like that. Objectify women. How horrible! It really is horrible. Still, we don't want to talk about that.
yeah. This isn't a political show. Let's talk about our cult.
Yeah. Let's balance out our karma.
Don't be racist. I am a building.
I gotta send you the full video of that.
Well, I figured we need to balance it out. That way,
Good, thank you. It's morphine time.
Morphine. Nice.
Morphine. Speaking of morphine and Morbius, which is my transition to this. So I watched Abigail the other day.
Oh yes,
yeah,
Abigail.
I did. So
nice. That was a great transition.
Thank you.
That was very nice. Very nice.
Yes, thank you. My favorite thing was when she said it's Abigail time, and she Abigailed everywhere. It was great. So Abigail, I said, I'm like, oh boy, I really need to talk to you about this movie, and oh boy, do I need to talk to you about this movie because I'm so happy that you told me to go watch this movie.
I told you to watch this movie. Look.
Oh my god.
Look, I might not like everything. But when I like something, there's a reason.
I think I can understand why you like it, but maybe we both might like it for different reasons.
Okay, well, why do you like it? And I'll tell you if you're right.
I like it. I like it because the entire time it changes its genre.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
like, and it's and everybody in this movie is just very accepting of what's going on. Like the first thing they're like, dude, it's a vampire. Oh, it's a vampire. Yeah,
right.
It's a vampire.
We're just okay with this, right?
Yeah. Like, and then everybody's like, oh, now first off, the whole movie just starts. There's no introduction to anybody.
No, not really. No.
It just goes, we're gonna kidnap this child. Why? Because fuck you. Like we're
right. Well, I think the introduction comes in when she's like, okay, we're just it's almost like a what's it called? The study notes or whatever. Cliff notes.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Cliff Note introduction. Like, okay, you want me to read you? Fine, I'll read you. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And she nails it. Where you just like, okay, these are archetypes. We're not hiding the fact these are archetypes. Archetypes work. Adventure Time lasted a very long time because it was all based on archetypes. Archetypes are fun. You got the muscle guy, you got the hacker chick, you got the junkie chick with the
armor,
kid. Yeah, the military guy. The cop. And it's like, okay, we know who you are. They're not going to really deviate from that too much, but they still felt like real people. They still felt, maybe not real people, might be stretching it, but they felt entertaining enough for me to watch them, to care.
Well, they're all just silly the whole time, and that's why I cared about these people. Was like all of them were very meta about it.
Yeah.
I guess that's like every time they interacted, it was they knew what they were there for. And I don't know if that makes sense to like you or anybody else who's listening, but it's like you got to watch it. Well, like as they're speaking to each other, they're just like, no, you're here because you're the hacker. No, you're here because you're the soldier. Like, that is how they talk to each other.
Right.
Like, well, you're the muscle.
Right.
Well,
right.
thank you. Like, oh, that's and then they even do that with their
Almost
names.
like they were reminding you of their archetype. Yeah.
Yes, and they even do that with the names too, where the main guy, who's always is typecasted as the villain. I always forget his name. The black guy.
Oh, the black guy. Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes, him. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I like him. Like, so anytime I see him, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. That guy's in another show about weed, like weed.
Parrish?
What?
Parrish?
Is it Parrish? It's on Netflix.
Oh, is it that Kaleidoscope one?
I'm not sure, but it's about.
I feel like he's in a lot of stuff, so it's really kind of hard to pin
but
down.
he's in a comedy, and it's about this. He finds out, or these this guy's son finds out that his dad was like this big weed empire guy, and that's how he made all of his money. And Giovanni is in it. I know.
Giancarlo.
I'm not even gonna try because then it would be offensive.
You know what? Everybody knows him as Gus. Just call him Gus.
Okay, Gus is in it too, and he's really funny. But anyway, he's him in this movie too. He is also an archetype. He is the guy that paid these people, and he even says, "Oh, you guys want names?" And then he just names everybody and goes, "There, you're my rat pack." And then he just leaves. Right. Yeah. And then
everybody.
And even when they all introduce them, like even at the end when Abigail is saying like this is all of your guys' real names and everything, they all still call each other by their fake names.
Real fake names. Even to the point like at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I think what I like movies that realize they're movies. They're not they're trying to entertain you. They're not trying to make you believe what's happening. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like we went through a period where, oh, that can't really happen. That can't really happen. We want to make sure that this looks like it really happens. There's so much gore in this movie. It's insane. I can't remember something that's as gory as this movie right now.
I mean, besides like Terrifier, but yes.
Yeah, well, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
that's what I loved about From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, but Abigail was very aware of itself that it was a movie. First off,
go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say. Secondly, one of my other comments of it is that it is a very high budget COVID movie. And if anybody doesn't know what those are by now, it's when everything is shot in the same seconds. It was a bunch of movies came out that were shot during COVID, and they all take place in the same
location. Yeah.
And
but at least it's not the same room. You have to give them that.
Yes, I mean it's first off, the pool scene was hysterical.
Oh my god!
There was no reason for that scene at all. All the gore effects.
That was
great.
Disturbing. Yes, that was so disturbing. And then she's like covered in it, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, she has to smell so bad. The fact that the thing that's not realistic about it is because there's no way that you would end up in that and not continually vomit every time you caught a whiff of yourself.
And here's the thing, though. They hugged her throughout this movie, too.
That is what's crazy.
It's like everybody forgot what they were doing. Like, at one point, the detective guy forgot that his leg was injured, and he just stops limping. Like, he just stops limping throughout it.
I forgot you put a stake through my leg.
He was stabbed in, like, the upper chest area where the heart is, and he's just continuing breathing just fine. I love the fact that he is the muscle through and through. Like, every single time he's like, bro, I'm the muscle. I can't. They are an RP. They are a D&D group. Is what they are.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes, totally. You have your thief. You have your rogue, muscle, your barbarian or whatever. You have your
hunter,
ranger. Yeah,
Yep.
you have your it's all
Ranger, yeah.
rogue. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's a modern D&D movie, and I had a ton of fun watching
It
it.
was great. It was great. I love
Abigail,
it. They're like, she's flying.
it's like, yeah. Oh, and that was another thing with this movie is that they made up her powers throughout, and then they forget her powers.
Yeah.
Like just throughout this movie, they're like, "Oh, she's flying. Oh, she's immortal. Oh, she can grow her stuff back really quickly." But then, like by the end, you're like, "Well, no, she's getting beat up like a rag doll, and she's
Well, but in all fairness, she's getting beat up as like a rag doll by the people that somebody that turned into one.
Mhm.
So you have to give her that. You have to give it that. So that makes sense.
Well, even before that,
But I made the statement before. I'm like, okay, if she is that quick, why are we able to see her? But if you think about it, she's fucking with them.
oh yeah,
She even says, she says, I like to play with my food. Basically, I'm fucking with you. I'm messing with you. I'm having fun doing it. Tell me that girl is not a fantastic actress.
oh, I loved her.
Oh my gosh.
She's so funny.
Like I was telling you about Cassandra Nova last week and her. They are two actresses that are just their careers are going to be something.
Oh yeah.
If
She's
not, they're completely underutilized.
I don't think they will be. I think they're gonna be very sought after.
Right. Well, I mean, to go from Matilda to Abigail, that's
Oh,
a pretty big leap.
that's the other thing I wanted to tell you too. Is whoever compares this movie to Megan is stupid.
Nah.
Like that's like what did I think about? Oh yeah, so as I was watching it, I'm like, okay, how is this like Megan?
She dances.
Oh, because she dances? Well, if
Yeah.
that's the case, then you remember It? The new It when he was doing like the little jig and he like
Yes.
if you're talking about that, then the It movie is also like Megan.
But he's
Like,
not a little girl that dances. That's the problem. It's a
it
girl
doesn't
that
matter. He
dances.
dances. You're comparing the dancing, not so much to the little girl.
Well, no, but you see, with Megan, there's a girl. The whole thing with the Megan dance was because
And Megan's
it
a
was
robot
TikTok
anyway,
dance.
so she's not a little girl. Like,
Stop getting into semantics, Chad. Damn.
I'm not. Vampire, robot, evil clown. They're three different categories, but they all dance.
They all dance.
That is what they have in common.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm gonna kill you now.
But Abigail is.
And she only danced at the beginning. She didn't dance throughout the whole thing. So
No, she
that wasn't
did.
even part of that. Did she? I don't.
Yeah, she danced
she
throughout the whole
dance?
thing. Yeah, she even danced when she was chasing the
Maybe she
the
did.
muscle
Okay.
guy. Like she was like twirling around and everything. Well, no, and that's the thing. You can't take Megan seriously, and you also can't take Abigail seriously either.
You can't take, but you can take Megan a little bit more seriously than Abigail.
Well,
and I'm talking as far as what it means. It's
Sure.
like it's two different tones. It's two different tones. They're not really comparable, other than the fact that they're a little girl killing somebody, or
one's a robot, one's a vampire.
Right. She actually has that whole like anime thing happening. Yet, like 10,000-year-old creature, 9-year-old body, that kind of thing. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
But without that creepy feeling that you get from anime.
Right. I actually thought that Abigail was probably one of the. I could definitely see that movie becoming a classic once as it gets older and everything, and people start seeing it more and more. I can definitely see it be people saying we got to sit down and watch Abigail.
Yeah, it's to the point that I've almost watched it again since I've watched it, and like it's been one of the best vampire movies in a long time. I'm going to say it's probably been the best vampire movie we've gotten. Not that I'm calling this a good vampire movie, but it's been the best vampire movie that we've gotten since Twilight.
You know, it's kind of funny because I was just I wasn't thinking Twilight because I don't want to think that.
No,
I
I'm
was
not calling
thinking
Twilight a good vampire movie. I'm just saying we haven't gotten one since before
right.
Twilight.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a good vampire movie since
Yeah,
Twilight. Like we have really just have not gotten a good vampire movie.
right.
And I actually agree with you on that. I was thinking about that too, where I was like, you know what? This is probably one of the best vampire movies that I've seen in a while that is current. And I was like, damn, this is hilarious. I love the muscle guy they're just like, okay, well, what do we know about vampires? And he's like, that they're not real. I'm like, oh my god. And also Angus Cloud is dead. The guy who plays the wheel guy, the druggie.
Yes, he's dead.
Really. Yeah, he died.
Yeah,
which
he
I'm
was
like,
in
oh, Euphoria.
He really embodied that character. Yeah, Euphoria.
Well, that's
I didn't know that.
I mean, he died of a drug overdose, so that's why he
did die
embodied
of
that
a
character.
drug
Anyway,
that's
all right.
It's too early to say, but I'll tell you backstage because I don't want to say a lot. But yeah, I heard you say no. Nobody said Twilight was good. Nobody said Twilight was good. I just said I might call it Twilight good. I said we haven't had a good vampire movie since before Twilight.
Right. So when you look at it, so you have Twilight, and then all the vampire movies that have came after that.
Like, is there a list of that? Surely, right? Vampire movies after Twilight.
I mean, you have.
Like, I don't even think that you could say. No, 20 movies like Twilight.
No, it's
like
not.
You can't say. You can barely really say that. Okay.
Twilight's not even.
Twilight isn't really a vampire movie.
No,
Twilight,
it's a sparkly gay rock monster movie.
Yeah, it's a romance that involves a vampire, and it's because of Twilight that you have the supernatural romance section now in Barnes and Noble. The teen supernatural romance.
Yeah, because nothing screams "I love you" like necrophilia for teens.
No, I mean, really. I mean,
God, I want to fuck that zombie.
Golly, man, this is smell. Oh man, I'm saying, but like, she plays that part really well.
Yes.
I wouldn't say anything to surprise. Now, Dan Stevens, the one that you're talking about, he played David in Legion, and for some of us who are really dorks, he played Matthew in Downton Abbey.
I never saw Downton Abbey, but
yeah. Anyway.
You like Downton Abbey?
I did watch Downton Abbey. I did. Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah, I like Downton Abbey. All right.
I like Bridgerton. Oh, that was good. Like, whatever.
What, Bridgerton?
I'm just saying, like, because
I haven't watched it.
Was like a drama.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't call it a romance. It was. They had.
See, that's our point.
Yeah, there is. Exactly.
That's our point.
I wouldn't call it a romance. Well, no, right. Morbius was a vampire movie. You got to remember Morbius. We just talked about it. So
Morbius was. It was a thing that you could put on the screen and then you could see it.
Right.
But I wouldn't. Like, I would rather you watch Erotic Nights of the Living Dead before you would.
You know what? I can't bring myself to do that. I can't bring myself to go watch Morbius. Doesn't count.
Have you? You have never seen Morbius, have you?
I have not seen Morbius.
You have to.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I can't.
You have to. Listen, I watched Abigail, and you were right. It's awesome. You need to watch Morbius to come back and say, "God damn it!"
I don't feel like that's I don't feel like that's a.
I'll watch it
trade.
with you. Like, I'll watch it with you.
No, I don't want to.
I watched it twice.
Oh my! Why do you look? Well, you're a sadist. I mean,
no, I'm a
masochist.
There's a difference.
So, there's a difference. Yeah,
so the first time I watched it, I genuinely wanted to see it because I heard it was bad. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And then I bought it on Blu-ray because I wanted to be part of the problem. Of bad movies being made.
Problem.
Yeah. And so I watched it, and damn, it was boring. The second time, my friend Sabrina and Preston came over, and we were looking for movies to watch. And they were like,
"Let me torture you with this."
Well, we were kind of trying to do a trend of what movies we could do like a mystery science theater of. And I was like, oh, let's try Morbius. So I'm like, oh, okay,
Some
well,
things
maybe
are
it would
just
be.
too bad.
See, even it was so bad, like we couldn't come up with any jokes for it.
Yeah, exactly. Some movies are just too bad.
Yeah.
They're just so bad you can't come up with anything.
Like the only thing we kept saying was, "Oh, he's gonna morb," and yeah, it was funny because we were drinking, but it was like, "Oh no, you have to see Morbius. Everybody needs to see Morbius for me."
No, it's just no.
I
No.
won't see Madam Web.
Did you see Madam Web?
No, and I don't want. Just like you with Morbius, I refuse. I can't.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to watch Madam Web either.
The Borderlands movie has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know you see that. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. And I said something today on somebody commented, yeah, the Borderlands movie is, they say it's got 0. I said, of course it's got 0. It has Kevin Hart in it. And it said it could, only thing that would make it worse is if it had Channing Tatum. And somebody comes back, that certain movie that's in the theaters right now has Channing Tatum. I said, yeah, I know. And that's where I'm going to leave that. So,
right? Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you for that.
Right.
Like just like
But
Mirka on Dolfo, you're just gonna leave it that way. I said what I said.
Exactly. And what? Say what you will. Mirka